Well, well, well. Look at what we have here. Let's look at BTC. So, about 2 weeks ago, remember how I said that BTC is going to recover? Oh, this is LTC. Let's go back to BTC. I said that BTC is going to recover, right? And, well, it's not going to BTC right now, but trust me when I said that right now BTC is basically 120. Yeah, so 121,700, right? And about 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, I made a video about saying, don't worry, BTC is on its way up, because it was around maybe 115 or whatever. And then it started dropping down to 113. And I made another video doubling down saying, don't worry, because BTC is going to go up. I did all the research. I watched all the YouTubes, so you guys don't have to watch it. That's why I felt pretty confident that it wasn't done, that it's going to run. So on Friday, we had ETH finally breaking 4,000. And I think that this is just the beginning of phase 2 on ETH. There might be a little bit of a pullback on ETH because people are going to trim profits, obviously. But as you can see, BTC is still going up. So how much further can BTC go up? To me, my conservative estimation is about 150, right? So I'm thinking this time it's going to go up to the 130s, and then it might have a little bit of a drawback. And then eventually the rate cuts have to. It has to. It has to be either September or October. I'm pretty sure about that. And that's when BTC is going to take off even more. And that's when I believe that BTC will exceed 150,000. And then I don't know how much longer it's going to run, but definitely ETH is in play because ETH is also going up, and ETH should go past the all-time high, which is 4,800, right? That's why a lot of investors, they're not really focusing on Ltcn Bchg and all that stuff yet. It's because they know that BTC and ETH still needs to ride. So right now, a smart play would be maybe you have some extra money. You can wait for a little bit of a pullback and put into ETHU, which is double Ethereum. This is not financial advice, by the way, but I'm just saying, it's a possibility that you want to make a little bit of profit before we put all of our money into LTC Bchg or Ltcn and Bchg, right? And I'm going to make another video in telling you how much money theoretically would we need investors to put into Ltcn and Bchg to reach to certain prices. So I'll make that video for you, but I just want to publish this one first because I'm pretty hyped. Maybe I'm lucky with my guesses. Who knows, right? But I've watched plenty of videos, and I really looked into people that were negative and people that were positive. And I feel like those that were more crypto positive had a better assessment and a better coherent kind of reasoning for Bitcoin to go up than those that were just going to say, oh, it's going to decline, it's going to drop, sell out now, right? Because those people could be shorters, They want to tell you that, so they scare you and you sell out, and next thing you know, it hits their mark. Some of you are saying, well, a lot of people are saying crypto's going to be at 200 grand, all that stuff, because they're going the other way around, right? Because they want to hit their calls. Well, that's true, but I feel like all the videos that I've watched, I've really focused on their content and how coherent they are. That's why it gives me more positivity towards BTC still going up. And as you can see, it's almost at the all-time high, because the all-time high is 123, right? Next thing you know, in the blink of an eye, it could be 130 before rate cuts. And imagine if rate cuts come in, how much higher would it go up? It went from 112 to let's say if it goes up to 125, right? That's 12,000 without even the news of rate cuts. Can you imagine if the news of rate cut comes? It might even double or triple the 12,000 increase that we've had in the last 2 weeks. So it can literally go up from 125 to another 24,000 to that. So where would that be? that would be 149, 150,000, right? Like I've said, that's my conservative estimates. And next thing you know, there could be more good news and it can still travel up. Because I'm thinking for this run, the high for me is like about 200,000 for BTC. That's what I'm just thinking. You know, I don't have any TA or whatever, but let's just say hypothetically, if BTC hits 150, I can see ETH going about 6,000, right? Or maybe even a little bit higher than that. But if BTC goes up to 200,000, then I believe that ETH can go up to like 7 to 8,000. And if ETH hits 7 or 8,000, can you imagine where Solana would be? Can you imagine where Litecoin would be? And can you imagine where Bitcoin Cash would be? Just imagine if Litecoin hits 500, then the NAV price of LTCN would be around $41 to $42. And that's not including premium. That means the market cap price. So just put that in there, right? That's why, to me, realistically, LTCN hitting $100 should be pretty easy if LTC is in the 300-400 range, right? BCHG can hit $30 if BCH can hit the $1,200 range, to the $1,500 range. That's what I'm thinking. Because if ETH goes up to like 6,000-7,000, then that passes its all-time high. So if ETH passes its all-time high, then I believe LTC can pass its all-time high. And LTC's all-time high is about, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm thinking like 440, right? So it can easily be 500 or 600. And then, BCH's all-time high is actually, I think, 3,800 or something. And then in 2021, the high for BCH was about 1,800. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So I'm pretty sure that this cycle, BCH should be able to exceed the 1,800 all the way up to maybe in the 2,000s, right? It could be even 3,000, who knows? But the higher it goes, the better it is. So that's what I'm telling you, like I said 2 weeks ago. Don't worry, it's going to bounce back up again. And we'll see where it goes from here, right? I would say it could either go up to like maybe 130 high, or it might have a little bit of a pullback to like maybe like 118, 117, and then it's going to go back up to like 128 to 130 or somewhere there. Okay. And then when the rate cut comes, which is about a month from now, hopefully in September, then that's when the real fun starts. So hold on, save your cash, load up, and buy when it is appropriate. With that said, I think this video is long enough. I feel pretty hyped, and I hope that you feel hyped as well too. And let's get this going.